Welcome to perfect level. A major storm just passed and the cow sirens keep going off. I have no idea if a tornado's coming or not. It's kind of scary. Let's go. Starting off with the white whopper plopper, I lost my black chompo over the weekend. That's terrible. A sizable storm just passed. I think the rain is over for the next couple of hours, but I could be wrong about that. The water here is high and kind of muddy. We've had rain over the last 4 days and more rain is on the way. I am testing out some new gloves that I got, not because I think gloves are important in fishing, but I'm trying to block the sun off of my skin as much as possible. I'm fishing more and more and more, and I'm getting more and more sun damage. And I don't really like sunscreen. So I'm trying gloves to just protect myself from the sun a little bit more. The wind was blowing extremely hard earlier, but after that storm, it's kind of calmed down just a little bit, and that's good. About 3 hours from now, another storm should be here. Or, you know, roughly estimating 3 hours from now, another storm. I was on the Ohio River when I tied this bait on, and I think I did a good job when I tied it on, but I don't really remember. Right now, it's like 80 degrees. But very stuffy. The humidity is high. Very cloudy, light breeze. I know on the Ohio, all the bluegill were on bed, but I think we're far enough south in Kentucky that the bluegill should be off of bed now. Matter of fact, I think the bluegill were off bed like a month ago here. But all over the south, cicadas are going crazy. But here in Kentucky, no cicadas. I came through Nashville over the weekend and the sound was insane. And I've seen cicadas before. There's been hatches here before, but I've never seen that many. I mean, driving on the interstate was interesting with that many cicadas just like everywhere. It makes quite the mess. How has fishing been for you? Have you been catching a lot of fish? Where have you been fishing? Are you fishing in ponds, lakes, creeks? Where have you been fishing? Fishing for me has been up and down. We've had wild weather this spring. It's been all over the place. Heavy wind for months now. We're getting rain every 3 days, and not just a little rain. We're getting lots of rain, which is good. For right now, it's good. And I wonder, how's fishing going for everybody else? Some of the YouTube fishermen that I follow have been doing really good this year. Other fishermen that I've been following for years are not. I know in certain parts of the United States there has been a lot of rain and mega storms. So that is always a big factor in fishing. I kind of wished I had my black chompo back, but I lost it over the weekend. I did catch a couple of fish on it, but with the storm just passing and the rain, I don't know if fish will really be biting top water right now. It rained pretty good and the wind got up, but I think it's over for the next couple of hours. I know tomorrow is going to be a very rainy day. There are several storms pushing through, so most likely no fishing tomorrow. And as of right now, I think I'm the only fisherman out here. There's no bank fishermen either. But I think it's just because the storm pushed through. And originally they were calling for 80% chance of rain all day, but that changed early this morning, so that probably threw some of the fishermen off. I don't really like fishing in the wind, especially out of my kayak, but it's been so windy lately, I don't really have any options. It's windy like every day, and has been for months. Oh, I see my first bank fisherman coming up right now. He's on the other side of the lake, but he's the first bank fisherman. Wow, and he's throwing a cast net. What exactly is he trying to cast net out of here? Maybe shad or something? I don't know. I think this would be a hard place to be able to cast net anything. You need to go to a stream or a creek, something small for that. But what do I know? I don't know much. Oh no, the cow sirens are going off again. Oh wait, was that the cow sirens? That's the cow sirens. Oh, maybe they're just testing them? Or is a tornado coming? I don't know what's going on. Kind of beluga. The old beluga. Ah, come on, tree. Ah, it's probably not a good idea to punch your lure. It was coming right at my face. I had to punch it. Kind of sad. Look at all that trash right there. That's from bank fishermen being disrespectful. Some kind of bait hanging in the bushes here. I want to get it. Can't really tell. Oh, it's a frog. It's like a, or is it a popper? It's either a popper or a frog. If it's a frog, I don't really care much about it because frogs aren't really great baits in Kentucky. I mean, if you're at a certain kind of pond, they're okay. But we don't really have that kind of grass mat here or lily pads. Yeah, it's a plastic frog, but I guess I'll go ahead and grab it. It looks brand new. Ooh, so many spider webs. Ah! See that frog right there? Come here, Mr. Frog. Got a new home for you. Oh my gosh, they had it hooked in there good. Ugh, spider webs. Mr. Frog. Well, it's kind of a cool looking frog. Scum frog. Who makes that? Scum? Is that a brand? Scum frog. Well, got you a new home, Mr. Frog Face. It is starting to rain, which is probably just a passing cloud, but I don't know for sure. I have a feeling these bank fishermen are about to get pissed, but I don't have any option. the spots that hold fish the bank fishermen can't get to. So that means I got to separate these guys to get to it. And I'm going to do it. Sure enough. Oh gosh, I have a fish. He's barely hooked. GoPro, start recording. That's a stubby bass. So I looked over my shoulder and I saw a crankbait hanging in the tree. And I was looking at that crankbait, thinking about going back and getting it. I said, oh gosh, there's a crankbait. He bit. And I just barely had him hooked. I'm gonna assume that that fish followed. He was a chaser. That is a good sized bass. He's fat. He's super fat. Fat like he hasn't even spawned yet. That fish is only like maybe 15 or 16 inches long, but weighs probably 2.5 pounds. It is super fat. It's a good fish. Thank you for playing the game, good sir. Oh, fired up. All right, let's go back and get that crankbait now. Nearly every time I catch a fish on the whopper plopper, it's when I'm looking somewhere else. So I think there's a trick to that, is when you cast the whopper plopper, is look somewhere else and don't look at the whopper plopper. And you catch fish. Yeah, it's a jerk bait. I don't know if you can see it hanging in the tree there. That was so crazy. I was looking over my shoulder and I saw that jerk bait and he bit. That was a really fat bass. It makes me think it hadn't even spawned yet. Bass surely are off spawn by now. Oh, I have my pliers right here somewhere. Okay, where did my pliers go? Oh, there they are. Oh, wow. Whoever pulled on that, they pulled on it hardcore. The hook is like buried into the wood. They tried really hard to get that out. I don't know what brand is this? Can you identify what brand jerkbait that is? It's a pretty slick paint job. Hooks are sharp. It has a funky looking bill though. I don't know. I like it. I'll keep it. All right. Well, we caught a bass and got a jerkbait. Let's keep on trucking here. I smell the devil's lettuce. Kind of smells good too. Not gonna lie. Oh yes, the devil's lettuce. Well, the rain has stopped, so that's a positive thing. Stopped for now anyway. It is extremely cloudy It's probably about 11 or 12 o'clock right now, just guessing. I'd say about 11, 11:30. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow, they're fired up. There, that's a good one. He's really long. That is a good fish right there. That's a really good fish. I'm gonna put it on the board. $17.5. Not fat like the other one, but that's a really hefty fish. Really hefty. Thank you for playing the game, good sir. Good to see you. Let's go. We're both committed enough to follow. Like that last one that I just caught, the 17.5 incher, I saw that fish from really far away coming. So they're aggressive enough that I can draw them in with the whopper plopper, which is good. The longer I stay out here, the more and more wind is starting to blow, and where I keep catching these spurts of rain, which I know soon that I will have to leave once it starts raining. They're calling for severe storms this afternoon. Possible hail, possible tornadoes, all of that. And it's interesting that I caught both of those fish on this side. Over the last 3 or 4 months, I haven't had that much success on this side. I mean, I've caught a few. I gotta change my Bandito. I can't fiddle with this one anymore. It's too torn up. I've been fishing with that same one for a long time. I only have 3 left. I try to make them last as long as I possibly can. Try not to waste them. Which a lot of people complain that they don't last very long anyway, and I don't really see it that way. I mean, yeah, some plastics and even some of the Guggen baits don't last. But the Bandito bug's actually not that bad. I can usually catch, you know, 4 to 5 fish with one. And fish with them for weeks at a time. And some of the Gary Yamamotos that I've used, gosh, literally they tear up just by casting, which is no good considering they're kind of pricey. Fresh Bandito on. The bug is the drug. Whoa, bad cast. Yeah, oh no. There's another bad cast. Too much oomph on it. Gotta dial it back just a little. Dial it back, dial it back. I should probably leave because I'm seeing more and more lightning and I'm starting to hear thunder rumble in the distance. I'll probably make this half lap here and then go ahead and head out. I need to go to the grocery store anyway. I have other things I need to handle. I actually got my tags this morning from my car. I'd forgotten to do that and my tags were expired. And thank goodness somebody I work with pointed that out to me, that my tags were expired. I've been driving all over the place in the last 2 weeks and had no idea. I totally forgot to do that, but I handled that early this morning. I went to the courthouse and got it all taken care of. And the courthouse was packed. Oh my gosh. There were so many people. It took a while too, but I got it handled. And the ladies at the office were super nice. I really appreciate that. When I know their job isn't easy because they have to deal with a lot of different types of people, but they were super nice and I appreciate that. Is that a fish? It is. I missed him. Dadgummit. That was the first bite on the Bandito. I couldn't tell what was going on. Dadgummit. can't believe I missed it because he held on to it forever. And I hook set him pretty good too. It might have been a little fish. I don't know, it's hard to say. It wasn't acting like a little fish. Gosh, I missed him. So another thing with the Bandito, especially here, is I don't feel the bite. I just saw my line move sideways. And I knew that's not normal for your line to move sideways. Dadgummit. He's not gonna bite again because I jerked his face real hard. I caught those 2 bass earlier today and I haven't had a bite or anything for at least an hour. That right there, that was it. Well, I'm calling it quits right there. I caught 2 really good bass and just had 1 or 2 bites after that. The weather is starting to move in. I'm hearing thunder in the distance and more lightning. So it's time for me to go home. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Ah, the famous white squirrel. Are you gonna jump, squirrel? Huh? Oh man, he did jump. Wow, that was crazy. I totally called it too. I was like, where's he going? He has nowhere to go but to jump. Crazy white squirrels. They're crazy, I tell you. Crazy white.